Now, the next part of our session today, we need to take a look at your business. Your business is only as strong as its weakest link. I always ask people, let's build on your strengths for sure, but let's strengthen the areas that you're not so strong in. Let's strengthen your Achilles heels. And that's what in business this next part is designed to do. Business generation is the key to your having a fabulous career, and your having a fabulous career is the key to having a fabulous life. We have a business decathlon here where we're going to take a look at the key parts of generating your business. And again, 1 is low, 5 is high. So let's take a look. Do you have multiple sources of business? Now, think about this. When the market changed in the spring of 2012, and we study market trends, so we know exactly when it changed in the spring of 2012, right? When the expert said, prices will never come back in our generation. I was kidding, it's a generation of a fruit fly, because the next month they literally started coming back. When people generated business from distressed sales, which were 30, 40, 50, 60% of some markets that we work in, and they didn't make the shift to retail equity sales, they went broke. They went broke. And I remember coaching people who were saying, it's not going to change. Look, and a couple months later it changed. And yet those people went broke. So we have to have multiple sources of business. So I want you to have your sphere of influence be your core. And then are you able to generate business if you choose to at open house, expires, for sale by owners, gaining good loyal buyers, having a good strong listing-based business, which we're going to talk about. But do you have multiple sources of business that you can generate from? Do you have business systems that support your growth? Hey, last week, this week, next week, it's all about how it's made. It's all about having business systems. We want to have business systems. Do you have a core schedule? Do you have business skills? Are you practicing all the time? Do you have a practice partner, which I'm going to touch on in a few minutes? Do you have a system that will allow you to grow and leverage yourself, or are you starting at scratch each and every transaction? Boy, that gets old. Do you have a productive mindset? Do you have a good outlook? Are you optimistic about your future, no matter what happens with the market? Remember, there's the world economy, the local economy, and then there's my economy. So no matter what's happening in the outside economy, there are always people thriving and always people declaring bankruptcy. So how is your mindset? Are you optimistic? Are you realistically optimistic? Do you have a good outlook? Do you have a rock solid selling foundation? Do you understand the principles of selling? So a rock solid selling foundation is so simple. Do you know how to ask powerful questions? Do you know how to get your clients' gap? And do you understand and know and practice the art of conversational selling? These are the 3 things that you need to really understand to have a rock solid selling foundation. There's a lot more that we're going to do. In fact, in January, I'm going to release Selling Magics, which are the 16 major points and 14 minor points, all in the technique and the psychology of selling. And if you're in one of our programs, you're probably going to get that released to you for free, already included in what we're doing. But you've got to start here with a rock solid selling foundation. Do you understand how to ask questions? Do you know what conversational selling is? Do you understand about how to get the gap and then tie what they want, what your client wants, what your prospect wants into exactly and precisely what you do? Talk about a bonus of creating some loyalty there. Do you know how to neutralize your top 5 toughest objections? When somebody says we want to wait, you go, okay, for how long? That's not neutralizing the objection. When a client says to you, well, Dave, let us think about it, or we've got a friend in the business, or you come over and they say, thanks for coming over. Just so you know, Dave, we're not going to make a decision tonight. We want to hear your pitch. We'll want to hear your story, and then we'll get back to you. That's a pretty big objection. And that's the one that causes most agents to pull their punch. Pull their punch. They're not going to do what they need to do to take that listing tonight. So there's other options available, like learning the psychology of selling, learning the 16 different ways, the 16 different techniques that will allow you to professionally neutralize their objections. And that's coming this January, and that's the program called Selling Magics. Defending your fee. Do you know how to defend your fee? I want you to cut your commission. And when an agent says, okay, by how much? That is not an objection handler. That's not the objection handler I had in mind. So we want to, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being low, 5, and being honest, this is for you. I don't care about what the results are. I care about you moving forward in your business, and that requires us to be honest, take an honest, fearless inventory. I guess that sounds like AA, but it works there too. Market trends. Do you really have a good handle on the market trends? Remember, when you're not the expert in the market, everyone else will be. And if everyone else is the market leader and the expert in market trends, you are going to lose sales after sale every time something happens somewhere in the world, some negative headline hits, it's going to hit you in your wallet or your pocketbook as well. Do you understand how to generate and work with motivated buyers? People that say, well, I don't give out my phone number. Really? How come it's rung 14 times in the time you've been in this open house then? I don't give out my phone number. Just send me something in email. And that's not a motivated buyer that's committed to working with you. As I had a great call this week with a private coaching client, I said, there's a difference between rapport and loyalty. Rapport means you meet somebody and you have a good conversation. Okay. Loyalty means they wouldn't work with anybody else. So where do you stand on that one? You have a strong listing-based business. A good, strong listing agent is going to have about 60% of their business come from listings. 40% is going to come from listings, from your sphere of influence, and from referred people into your business, and those are going to be some of the strongest, most loyal buyers that you can have. And then do you have a good inventory management system? And I included this separate from the listing business because when you have a good, strong inventory management system, this absolutely allows you to easily talk to expireds, to have 60% of your business basically flow well. So here's my question. How do you stack up? Out of a possible 50, where are you? This is for you to think about where you're strong so we can build on those strong areas and where you have maybe an Achilles heel. If you've got an Achilles heel at defending your fee and handling objections, we're going to handle that. Shoot me an email, dave@davekohler.com. Let me know. If you have an issue with having a productive mindset, having maybe a negative outlook, or having all of your business come from one area, let me know. Let's develop a plan. We'll do that next week in the business plan a little bit. Let's develop a specific plan for you to move forward. And if you need private coaching, I've got some slots open. Let me know. Shoot me an email. But let's get, and if not, that's okay too. We'll try and get it handled here. Let's get you moving forward so that your life doesn't support your business. I want your business to support a high quality life.